This is K2 News at 11 on your side.
We have an update tonight on a scandal that plagued the Oregon Liquor and Cannabis Commission years ago. One of its former directors now suing the state. Why he's accusing the state of violating his privacy. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us for K2 News at 11, everyone. I'm Barry Mangold. K2's been following this story since it first broke back in 2023. Several people were found to have used their position to get their hands on rare liquor, diverting them from the public. The governor responded at the time by calling for several people to lose their jobs. And now K2's Victor Park joins us live with the latest details on this new lawsuit. And Victor, just a reminder for folks, there was a criminal investigation into those accusations.
Well, Barry, the State Department of Justice decided not to prosecute anyone in this case. However, now the official who lost his job is suing the OLCC, claiming they violated his privacy rights.
Roughly 2 years after a rare whiskey scandal led to several people losing their jobs at the Oregon Liquor and Cannabis Commission, a former employee is now firing back at the agency in a new lawsuit. Chris Mayton, the former Distilled Spirits Director at OLCC, claims he never violated Oregon law and should not have been fired. In court documents obtained by K2, Mayton admits he set aside bottles, quote, dozens, if not hundreds of times, oftentimes setting aside bottles, but says that his requests were perfectly lawful, violated no agency rule or policy, and were consistent with OLCC's long-standing practices. Mayton claims it was all a smear campaign from the governor and other politicians. The Oregonian first reporting on the internal investigation in 2023. They obtained audio of interviews from the investigation through a public records request. Those records, which were also obtained by K2, showed that several high-level officials at OLCC used their positions to reserve bottles of ultra-rare whiskey for themselves instead of offering them to the public. Now in his new lawsuit, Mayton says an investigator promised contents of the investigation would be kept confidential. In other words, he says those records were considered private and should not have been disclosed to the public. Mayton was fired and the Oregon Attorney General opened a criminal investigation, but the Oregon Department of Justice chose not to pursue charges against anyone.
And by the way, we did reach out to Mayton's lawyers, and the state both declined to comment. We're live here in Northeast Portland. I'm Victor Park, K2 News.
All right, Victor, thank you.